cuts in, shoots, scores! The ice, through the rear yard, scores! Shoots, scores! The sellout crowd comes alive.
Hello and welcome to a new season of Gulls All Access. I'm your host, Andy Zilch, here to give you the most up-to-date news and an inside look of the San Diego Gulls. The organization saw a lot of changes in the offseason, and it started with a new head coach and general manager for the club. Roy Sommer becomes the fourth head coach in Gulls AHL history after spending the last 26 consecutive seasons as a coach in the San Jose Sharks organization. Coach Sommer is the AHL's all-time leader in wins and brings invaluable experience behind the bench. A former AHL Coach of the Year, Sommer has helped develop more than 150 players from the AHL to the NHL. Sommer will be tasked with developing the organization's youthful talent to compete for a roster spot in Anaheim. Rob DeMaio joins the organization as the Gulls' general manager. DeMaio has spent 33 seasons in the NHL, 14 as an executive, and 19 as a player. DeMaio spent the last 13 seasons with the St. Louis Blues, most recently as the director of player personnel. A former Calder Cup champion himself, Rob looks to build a roster that can deliver San Diego its first AHL championship. On July 12th, the Gulls held an introductory press conference for Roy Sommer and Rob DeMaio. This offseason, the San Diego Gulls introduced the team's new general manager and head coach to the fans of San Diego. Rob talks about his excitement working with Roy Sommer and developing a culture of success in San Diego.
We want a team that's going to be real competitive. We want a team that plays together, that works together, that has a goal to succeed at the end of the day. The American Hockey League is a development league, and ultimately the culture that is provided down here just enhances the opportunity for these young players to come up to Anaheim and be effective NHL players. And that's why Roy is such an attractive guy, because of the history that he's had in the American Hockey League. And Roy's done that, throughout his career in all different eras of the game. So we're really excited to have Roy.
Coach Sommer understands the importance of developing a culture of excellence to help his players achieve their NHL dreams and succeed at the NHL level.
If you can put, 3 to 4 players up a year that end up going up and contributing, you're doing a pretty good job at this level. I mean, anyone can go up, but the problem is going up and making a difference and contributing.
Rob DeMaio knows Coach Sommer is the perfect coach that brings together his players and creates a winning team.
Well, I think you need a coach that's fair, that has a good grasp of what is needed. Team sports is a difficult thing, and to be able to bring a group of young people together that have a collective goal to succeed is not an easy thing to do. It's an art, and the good coaches stick around for a long time because they can understand that. And we probably have one of the best here in Roy that can do that. So that is, that is the ultimate goal for us, is to build a culture here that is successful.
Coach Sommer is most excited to get to play in front of the greatest fans in the American Hockey League.
It's exciting to come to the rink. I mean, if you're a young player and you play in the National Hockey League, most of the buildings are filled there, and you come from a fan base like this where the building is filled, and like I said, you guys I've been around the league a long time, and this by far is one of the best fan bases in the entire league.
Joining Roy Sommer on the bench are two new assistant coaches in Jason Clark and Chris Spar. Jason Clark began his coaching career as head coach of the Ottawa Junior Senators. He served as head coach and general manager of the Carleton Place Canadiens of the Central Canadian Hockey League from 2009 to 2021. Clark most recently served as a head coach in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Chris Spar played 9 professional seasons overseas and in the ECHL. Spar completed his first season as associate coach for the Flint Firebirds of the Ontario Hockey League in 2021-22, helping the club to a franchise best record and their first Western Conference Finals appearance. Coming up, we'll take a look at the organization's young talent and recap all the off-season camps right here on Gulls All Access, presented by California Coast Credit Union. Join the San Diego Gulls as we celebrate Mexican Heritage Night, Saturday, November 5th. Arrive early for a fiesta-themed tailgate with music, dancers, and some of your favorite Mexican food from 5 to 7 p.m. Purchase the Mexican Heritage Ticket Pack for only $30 and get a free co-branded hat. Welcome back. The San Diego Gulls are the Anaheim Ducks' primary development affiliate in the American Hockey League. Every season officially begins with the rookie development camp that happens midsummer. The development camp gives the organization's prospects a chance to get extended work with the NHL club before returning for the normal training camp in September. This year's roster featured 7 of Anaheim's 8 2022 NHL draft picks. 8 players who skated with the San Diego Gulls during the 21-22 season also joined the group.
It's obviously a hard week and there's a lot of good talent here, but Dallas and all the staff here have been taking us through a really amazing camp. I mean, they put all the work into it, and we just got to come here and show what we got. We've been practicing, working out every day. We had some power skating today. We've been in the gym lots with Kalen and Colin and those guys. I think it's been a pretty good week so far. We still have one more day tomorrow, and hopefully we can have some fun with it.
All these guys are great players. They compete well. Everyone's here for a reason. So I think just looking around and learning everything you can from all these from everyone. All these little things that some guys do better than you, and knowing your weaknesses and things like skating, whatever it can be, and just learn from everyone here. There's so many resources and ask questions. It's awesome.
Discipline's huge, and I think if you have that, you're going to go a long ways, and also a lot of compete. I mean, these guys are battling out here, and we're all battling. We're trying to have fun while doing it. I mean, it's a fun week to get to learn and meet a lot of new guys, and it's been really awesome so far.
I'm so excited, so happy to be here. I can't wait to get, like you said, a full year under my belt of pro hockey. Like last year, I got my feet wet a little bit, but I'm excited. This is a dream of everyone here, so it's really cool.
These guys have a lot of heart. They battle, they compete, they have that discipline. I mean, there's obviously a lot to learn through all of our careers, but yeah, they're really good guys, and we get along really well.
Rookie camp kicked off in Irvine on September 11th and featured 24 players, including the most recent first-round selections in the NHL draft. The camp is led by Gulls coaching staff and concluded with the 2022 Rookie Face-Off Tournament in San Jose. We had Gulls forward Braden Tracy mic'd up for the tournament.
No! Way to go, way to go! We need the same one!
There it is.
Oh! I could have scored. Woo! You're making me feel good. Let's go, McTavish.
You're mic'd up, eh?
Yeah.
Got it.
Noted. Off the wall, off the wall, off the wall! Yeah, we just gotta get in their zone and work them. I don't know. Why was that not a penalty? Right from behind.
Didn't have a great view.
Right from behind. No hit from behind over there either.
You guys just trying to blow me up.
Yeah, I saw.
Such a loser.
I ran him pretty good in the corner.
Such a East Coast guy.
You're brutal. Brutal. What are you, scared? I got him good back too. Squirted some water at him. Oh! go. Just go.
3, go.
Good talk. Good screen. Right. Good talk. I should have one-teed that. So open.
I was not expecting that back though. That was a sick pass.
Ah, boy, Sash. Good job. I didn't shoot the first one. The guy blocked it. The guy blocked it, and then it went through the goalie's legs and just slid beside the net. So brutal. No, it hit the guy's skate, went 5-hole, right beside the net. So stupid.
Yeah, but you don't want those right now.
No, saving them. Yeah, save them for the season. That's right. Oh, sorry, bud. Yeah, no, that's a shot take. I'm taking that too. Good shift. Nice pass, JP. Positive vibes.
The first opportunity for the new coaching staff to work with the new and returning Gulls players came at Ducks camp.
I think as the camp has got on, a lot of younger guys have kind of really settled into their game, and I'll be honest with you, just being around the team, the vets here for the Ducks have done a fantastic job of making those young guys feel real comfortable, and the environment's been real good for the young guys. So it's been a real good camp so far.
It's really nice to see the guys after the summer. Heard about how was their summer and stuff. So yeah, it's always nice to see them, and I think for the goaltender, the confidence is a big thing. But of course we have to stay humble. Be a great teammate for the guys. It can come to your head, so you just have to be humble, but at the same time you have to be confident and trust yourself as well.
Yeah, I think it's important, that you want to have good people around, and you want to have guys that have a high compete level. And I think that, especially in the first 2 days, we've seen a lot of both of those things. And as things go on here, you just want to see that kind of take over. And outside of just the tactical part of the game, you want to make sure that you're building a good culture of good quality people, and that's what we're looking for as well.
It's always nice seeing everyone goes away, and then you get all the stories from the summer and stuff, and obviously see how much better everyone gets. It's always fun to reconnect. I think I just want to go play and then kind of let my game speak for itself.
I think we talk about everybody collectively as a group. My responsibility back in San Diego will be working with the defense and working with the PK. So, but we collectively talk about every player, habits and how they're playing, how their day was, every day. So it's been the line of communications here have been unbelievable for the staff, but also for the players.
You want them to leave feeling comfortable. The coaching staff in Anaheim has done an unbelievable job of implementing that and how they want to play and how they want their players to be viewed, and how the culture is wanting to be built here. I think that's the overall goal.
Gulls camp is the final opportunity to evaluate talent and form the roster.
The biggest thing, I think it's a continuation of what, they were preaching up top. We're using the same system that, up there that we're using down here. We probably tweak a couple things maybe on the special teams, but overall through the D zone, through the neutral zone, and offensively try to kind of have the same game plan. But, we want guys to, how long the practice goes is on how hard they work. So if they put in the work hard and we get on them and they get good practice habits early, then they'll be off the ice early and on the links.
I think everyone expects excellence every year, day in and day out. I think there's always a lot of moving pieces, especially in this league, year to year, whether it's coaches, players. I think the coaches are doing a great job so far, but we do have a lot of guys who have played here before, and yeah, we expect a lot out of ourselves, out of our team.
But it's starting to, the environment's starting to pick up. Guys are competing, they're competing against each other, and it's a lot of fun. We have a very concentrated schedule right now, and we're trying to, put as many of our systems in place as we can without trying to bore the guys to death. We have one exhibition game, which is a great audition for the players, and then we ramp right up and get into Grand Rapids. So it's important that we are putting some systems and some foundation in place so that we can get ready for that exhibition game.
Obviously, to be back at Power here, see all the guys again, some new faces, get to know the coaches a bit and some of the systems. So it's always good to get back on the ice, get the pace up, and yeah, it was a good skate. it's all about winning. I think when you win, it comes with your own self doing better. So when you're winning games, you look better, the team looks better, all the other guys look better. So it all starts with winning and the team playing good as a whole, and then it helps everybody individually.
I mean, we just come here, do our job, wake up, come to the rink, and battle it out for a couple hours. I mean, we have a good group here, and hopefully we just keep going throughout the week.
If you're developing properly, you're going to win games, and it's a different vibe around here. You know, the pressure's on to win and to play hard, and you know, hopefully that's what we get.
I mean, who doesn't want to play at Pechanga on a Saturday night? I mean, we can't wait to get in front of those fans again and get the season going.
Coming up, I'll be joined by Gulls color analyst BJ McPherson to discuss this season's roster, right here on Gulls All Access, presented by California Coast Credit Union. Your San Diego Gulls are hosting Military Appreciation Night on Friday, November 11th, when they battle the Bakersfield Condors at 7 p.m. The first 7,000 fans in attendance will receive a free Gulls third jersey camo hat brought to you by Indian Motorcycle of San Diego. Get your tickets today at sandiegogulls.com/promotions or by calling 844-GO-GULLS. Well, I'm joined with BJ McPherson, and let's get everybody caught up on what the team looks like this year. And BJ, let's start with some of the returning players, and in net with Lukas Dostal.
Well, anytime you got a goaltender like Lukas Dostal, that's where you've got the netminder, where you get to play your position first, because he does his job just about as good as anybody does. A goalie like that, as young as he is, he's just in it, and he's one of those guys, he's never ever stopping. He's always trying to get better. Have a guy back there, it's pretty good.
Let's talk about the young forwards that are returning as well. And we can start with the pair of the first rounders, too, from the Ducks, like Braden Tracy and Jacob Perreault.
Well, Braden Tracy and Jacob Perreault, these are two players that, you got to look to get on the board, look to getting shots on net in games, getting on the power play. But it's up to them to get in the greasy parts of the area of the ice, get into those corners, make things happen for themselves. These are two players that the organization's really counting on.
Well, you want to talk greasy players and getting in those dirty areas. Let's talk about Hunter Drew and Bryce Kindop. Two players that are a little bit different. Hunter Drew, more of a shooter. Bryce Kindop, full 200-foot game kind of player. But what do we expect from those guys?
First of all, two great team players. Hunter Drew is one of the guys, probably an underrated shot. He gets the puck, quick snapshot, and he gets to the good spots to get the shot. And it's his job, and he's been doing it the last couple of years. Been a bright spot. And again, Kindop, what he does that people don't really see other than put the puck in the net, defensively, killing the penalties, he blocks shots, about as good as anybody else. So two players, a little bit different styles, but again, they too bring a lot.
Well, let's go back to the blue line, and this year that's going to be a phrase for Nicholas Brouillard, it seems. Last year he was playing a utility position as a forward and as a defenseman. This year it seems like he's at a mainstay as the defensive position, but he's still putting up points.
But here's a guy who can play offense just about as good as anybody. He's a defenseman in his own zone, but he's a guy that likes to rush the puck and get up there on the power play. He's like a fourth forward.
Well, now let's turn our attention to some of the new players that we have this season. And we'll kickstart it with the most recently acquired player. He was signed on an AHL contract with Rocco Grimaldi.
Well, Rocco Grimaldi, we got to see him Friday night, and I'll tell you, at the end of the night, he was snake bitten, but then again, he went up to a great goaltender there at Ontario. He had 11 shots. He did put one in. I'll tell you, you can tell he's a step above everybody else. The puck is glued to his stick, and he's got a shot. He's looking all over the ice to make the pass. If it's not there, he's putting the puck on net.
Well, two players joined the organization from the Calgary Flames organization. That's centerman Glenn Gaudin, who we've seen a lot of, and Justin Kirkland, who's a winger. We've briefly seen him, but both very talented players.
Yeah, unfortunately, we haven't got to see Kirkland yet. So Gaudin right now, he's still trying to fit in. He's going to be one of those guys. He'll lead a whole line here, and that's what the Gulls are going to have. They're going to have three pretty solid lines, if not four. But he's going to be one of those guys leading the line.
All right, let's talk back to the blue line once more, though. We're going to talk about Austin Strand and Josh Healy, two players that used to play in this division. Strand was with the Ontario Reign. Healy, a few years back, played with the Stockton Heat. But boy, do they bring a good pulse to the blue line.
Both puck-moving defensemen. Strand plays a really good two-way game. Healy, he's one of those guys, you give him the sights where you're not looking, he's going to come and put the shoulder right through you. Both guys play with size, and that's what the Gulls need at the blue line. They bring a lot of leadership.
That's true, and let's talk more about leadership. How about the captain, Chase DeLeo? He comes back to the San Diego Gulls and the Anaheim Ducks organization, and he has the seat.
Well, the coolest thing about the seat, it was a team vote. Whenever you get a team vote and you get voted, that's a good feeling as a player. Now, when most captains go, don't change the way you play, he's not going to do it. He's going to take his game and he's just going to broaden it that much as a captain. And a little snake bitten now, being injured after the first game, but when he gets back again, when the Gulls get back to full strength, I think you got to watch out.
All right, let's talk about the coaching staff. We have a brand new coaching staff on tap, and it's led by Roy Sommer, who is the leading AHL bench boss.
Roy Sommer, been in San Jose forever, pretty much it sounds like, been up in the NHL when needed, and back behind the bench in this organization. It's almost like a cushion for the organization to have a guy like that. He's been there, he's done it, as Andy said, in the American League. So for the young guys to have a guy like that, to be taught by, it's a great deal, and it's a great thing for the organization.
Two assistant coaches, you'll have Chris Spar, who runs the forwards and the power play. Jason Clark will run the defense and the penalty kill. Now, BJ, let's move on to your expectations of this season. It seems like on paper, we have gained a lot more goals, a lot more assists, and a lot more points, and you got the winningest coach behind you on the bench. So what do you think the Gulls' expectations are this year?
Well, I think there are high expectations. I think this is a team that's going to be, a 600 hockey team, and that's shooting pretty high, 6 out of 10 wins. I think they're a team still filling themselves out, a lot of new faces, and again, new coaching staff. So a lot of things are going to come into place. Got a lot of guys injured right now, but give it some time, and by the end of this season, I see them as a top echelon team.
I agree with you, and one thing that was made very clear is this team is always going to be contender, and I think that was something that the management really made a decision on this year by making another step forward with some of the acquired players that they had.
Yeah, in the offseason, the Gulls really hadn't had it like they did this season. The guys that have come in that weren't drafted, free agent guys, this has been a really good offseason.
Well, that'll do it for this show. Join us next time as we sit down with the new head coach of the San Diego Gulls, Roy Sommer. For the cast and crew, my name is Andy Zilch. Thanks for watching Gulls All Access.